Dear committed parent, today I'm talking about big feelings and the step that will help you and your children through them. Just going to click something away there. And if we don't know each other, I'm Una and I help you create a deep soul bond with your child and your children so that you can stop battling challenging behavior and relax, and you and your children can really enjoy each other and a calm, happy family. So last week I went and delivered my first live workshop since all the lockdowns, which was just tremendous fun. I really loved being in a room with people with feet and talking about things that matter about raising children. And the number one topic that parents were bringing, or kind of I felt that they brought to this session, was about big feelings and how can we help children with their big feelings? How can we deal with big feelings? And I get it because, you know, what you have on your plate as a parent is a lot anyway. And when you want to cook dinner or you want to put your child to bed and then there is a big eruption of feelings, it's challenging. It's inconvenient for a start, and there's more to it than that, isn't there? It touches us. And hi to those who are watching, lovely to have you. Do say hi. It touches us. It brings up feelings in us. There's a response. We're not completely neutral, and it can bring up opinions, I like to call them, sort of points of view that we can believe are true but actually aren't. So what I find that parents who I speak to tell me that comes up for them in those moments is things like, I must be doing a bad job if this is happening. My child has an anger issue. This needs to be fixed. And something else. Yeah, this shouldn't be happening. And here I want to help you make a distinction because I think it's really helpful. So on the one hand, you have your child having some feelings about something, and on the other hand, there are these opinions, I like to call them. And these opinions, they come from younger parts of you. And these younger parts of you, you know, it's totally reasonable for those younger parts to have these feelings, because back in the day when you were young, big feelings would have been dangerous or alarming in some way or another. And so your younger part wants to help with that now, but they're just not doing it very effectively. And what's important for us as adults to do in that moment is to make that distinction and realize, okay, my child's having a big feeling, and these opinions that bring up big feelings in me, they're something completely separate, and they are just opinions. Because if we believe them, then we tend to panic, and then suddenly you have an emergency on your hands. And actually, if your child has feelings about things, that's just normal, that's just natural. So for example, if you've been following my most recent lives and blogs talking about how to reduce screen time, and that's something you're trying to implement in your family, your children are going to have feelings about that. They just will. If you're cutting back on something that they like, they're going to have feelings, and that doesn't mean that it's wrong. Doesn't mean that you're wrong, doesn't mean that they're wrong, doesn't mean that anything's wrong. It just is. And so it's really helpful to get to this kind of neutrality about feelings. They are just going to come up. And so here's what I tell myself when my teenage son has a teenage wobbly. I say something like, this is normal. He's going to recover soon and be himself. This doesn't mean I've done anything wrong. And I don't need to fix it. That's an important one. I don't need to fix it. And this really helps me be present for him and present for myself, and just be that calm presence that a person needs when they're having a strong emotion, you know, whether it's a child or an adult, quite frankly. And I, on this workshop last week, I shared a photograph that I feel exemplifies that, and I want to share that with you today. So let me see if I can, yeah. So this is the photograph that I showed them. Hope you can see it well. And I asked them a question. I simply asked them, what do you see? And I'm going to give you a couple of moments to see what you can see. What do you see that he's doing? And what's he not doing? And you can answer if you like in the comments. That would be great to see what you see, because everyone will see something different, and you can't get it wrong, by the way. You can't get it wrong. So what they said was, he's not going shh, 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 shh. That's one thing they said. The other thing they said was, he's not distracting her. He's not pointing out some nice thing or trying to talk her out of it. And in fact, he's not saying anything, is he? He's really not saying anything at all. He's just totally there for her. So my question to you is, what do you do and what could you do to really ground yourself so you can be that kind of calm presence for your child? Do you have a practice of some sort? Like for some people it's 10 minutes of yoga in the morning, or it could be journaling on the sofa in the evening, or just sitting down with a candle and a cup of tea, or going into the garden, wrapping up warm, going into the garden and just listening, watching, hearing, feeling. These things can really help us to be present so that we can be there for ourselves and for our situations when big feelings come up. Did I say for our situations? For our children, I think I meant. So it's been lovely chatting with you. I've so enjoyed it. I'm going to just see if anybody's said anything. I don't know if I can. Oh, I thought I could kind of scroll down and see comments, but oh yeah, I have. Super. Hey. Oh, that's so lovely to hear, Eleanor. Yeah, he's just letting her be. I love how you've said that. He's letting her be, giving her space to be and holding her. Beautiful. And whether it's a physical hold or just, or not just, or an emotional hold, sometimes children don't want to be held, do they? That's such a lovely thing for you to notice. And I'm sure that's something that you do, given that you saw that in him. Yeah, I love that. So lovely to know that you've been here with me, Eleanor, and whether you're watching the replay or you're watching this live, if you've enjoyed it, if it's been valuable for you, do give it a heart or a thumbs up and share with friends. Much love to you. Bye.